So I'm going to talk about the story around the particular events that we face in squash matches. This could be anything from a league match, it could be a school match, it could be a whole tournament, it could be a whole season. You know, the stories that we have around the kind of squash events we're going to play will essentially shape how we experience them. So let's take the example of a one-off match in a competition. And if we start to break that down, so what is the story around the match? So first thing, what are the narratives? What are the different things around this particular event that's going to happen? So we can say in this event, it's this particular match, that is the event. What are the narratives around that? What are the pieces which create its picture? For example, they could be that you've played this person before and you've never won. Okay, so that could be one of the narratives around the event, and that will already start to shape how we think about that particular match. Okay, the second thing could be, okay, well, what are the beliefs attached to it? Well, if the narrative is, I've never won before, and then therefore the beliefs could be, I'm not sure if I can win this time. I've never beaten this guy in the past, I've never beaten this girl in the past. So deep down, my beliefs that are attached to this event are, I'm unsure if I can win this because I've never done it before. Okay, then the third thing is, well, how do you think the story will go? Or if we followed on that same sequence that I just talked about there, realistically, the story could be, how the story will go, could be that I don't think I'm going to win. So if you take these sections one by one and ask these questions very specifically around the event that you are about to encounter, it will help you get clearer around your whole story of this match. And in this case of what I just described there, essentially the overarching story is, I don't think I can win. So that's so key because we often don't realize that we're doing this when we go into a competitive situation. We don't realize that we are telling ourselves certain truths and certain beliefs around the match, and then we find ourselves going into the match and probably not performing very well. And this can flip completely the other way, where we'll tell ourselves a load of things about a match that just aren't true. I'm not nervous, I feel fine, I beat this person before, it shouldn't be a problem, I'm rated higher than they are, I should win 3-love, so-and-so said I should win easily, they beat this person last week. And then we end up with a story and a bunch of narratives and beliefs which are just kind of fabricated, but not really based on any truth. So that's not useful either. What is useful and what is powerful in these circumstances is getting real, clear, honest understanding of how do I actually relate properly to this given event. And once you can break this down by going through these 3 steps, you will then get a clear picture of, okay, well, this is what I think is going to happen, and these are my beliefs that are attached to that. And this is how I think the story will play out. So get those details, go through these processes, and then once you do have that, then you've got something that you can work with. Then you've got something that you can do things about. It could be that you realize that your beliefs and narratives are not fair, that you're doing yourself a disservice. Actually, you do have a good chance. There's no reason why you can't win, even if you haven't beaten the person before. But it's this unpacking of the situation which then gives us the real clarity of actually how we're thinking and feeling. And then once we have those details, we can then, as I said, take actions to really get our preparation strategy and psychological strategy as effective as possible.